Okay, Hannah and gentlemen, we have Note Card 54, Analytical Strategies for Finding Limits. And this is a recycling through of an earlier note card we had that covered the same thing, but without the trig limits. So we already were introduced to the technique of trying direct substitution, of trying to factor and cancel. But then we are to special trig limits number 3. That's the limit as x approaches 0 of sine x over x equals 1. And so basically you have preservation of ratios on that special trig limit 3. Other than that, it's really what we've done before. So the first thing you look at here is find the limits. What are going to be your techniques for finding limits here? What are your techniques? One, two, or three?
Oh.
Aha. Wait, the number one.
Here we are. Try direct substitution. So we can substitute in. So we substitute in, we get pi for theta, right? And secant of pi. Well, pi is pi. What is secant of pi? Secant of pi is
Let's see.
okay. You have you're going to have your reference angle of 0.
0.
Pi's over here, and secant of 0 is what is your secant of 0?
Secant. What is secant?
Okay, secant's going to be your hypotenuse over your cosine, right? So your hypotenuse, I'm getting 0, right?
Yeah.
0 over cosine of 1. Well, here you have cosine of, that's going to be negative 1. So we should get negative pi for that. Equals negative pi. That's what we should get. And you could try this in. Pi times 1 over cosine pi, right? One over cosine pi. Negative pi. Looks good, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next, problem 2. Substituting in. Try the techniques here for number 2. What are we going to get for number 2? When you substitute in, what do you get?
You get undefined.
So
You get, actually,
we should factor.
it's not undefined, actually.
Well, okay.
It's called indeterminate. Undefined is division by 0. Indeterminate is 0 over 0.
Oh, fine.
Okay? So just a vocabulary thing, right? Has to do with limits. So you have 0 over 0, right?
Yes.
And so what do you do with 0 over 0?
Factor.
Factor if you can, right? So what are the factors of this thing?
That's x plus 6 and x minus 1.
So what do you get out of this thing here?
7.
7, okay? So 7 is our answer for this one. And then lastly, number 3, we got limit as x approaches pi over 6 of cosine x. What is that going to be?
Yeah, you go choo.
You will choose.
You should know as you get square root of 3 over 2,
Oh, yeah, oh, okay, I get it, yeah.
right? Square root of 3 over 2. So that's some direct substitutions and cancellation here. Let's go to this one here. Okay, we did this one earlier. I want to skip this one temporarily, and this one, we did this. What is this one going to be? Special trig limit. Look at your note card. What is this one going to be?
Well, I'm going to guess, this is a pure guess, I'm going to say 5 over 2. It may be wrong.
5 over 2 is actually right.
And every time you doubt yourself, you're on.
No, I said, what it is, it has to do with this formula, and the reason that he's uncertain by it is because it's not really, you're given an example here like this that doesn't look like much close to the same thing, but that's where you get your 5 over 2 is what you get for that, okay? Let's see what we got here. We're just about to the end of this. Okay, what I want you to do is go back and do number 4.
Yes.
Is this an indeterminate here?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Do you remember doing this one before?
I do remember doing this, and I can't help do it.
You actually did it before, okay? Factor and cancel, because we have indeterminate, right? We got 0 over 0. So down here we get x squared. So we got that, and then we got x minus a over x minus a, x plus a, x squared plus a squared. What cancels out here? And then we substitute in x for a. So x goes to a. So we'll get 2a. And we'll get a squared plus a squared. What is that going to be? Actually, it's going to be 1 over. To a.
It's 1 over 4a cubed.
Yeah, it looks like that. 1 over 4a cubed. So that's going to be our answer to that one. So we're going to be tomorrow looking at looking at note card 55.
How many no cars
There's
are
a- How many are there? 75 or 80, something like that.